Yesterday, uh, Marvel did a couple of things. First, the night before, Monday night, they did a 5 hour stream where they were putting out chairs to show you who was going to be in the Doomsday movie, Avengers Doomsday, which comes out next year.
Why they did that though? 5 hours. 5 hours.
So apparently, they were copying HBO. HBO had a block of ice melting for hours for um, Game of Thrones,
It's
and
very
they
clever.
did. Yeah, for you to find out what the title was or something like that. I found out yesterday through a video that somebody did. So they kind of did the same thing, uh, but then they put out a video that was like a minute and 40 seconds
I
of
stopped watching it
the sped up version of what the 5 hours was.
because even a
Uh,
minute and 40 seconds of that was a lot long. It was I couldn't do the whole almost 2 minutes, and then Netflix, you know, Netflix
oh,
said, "Oh, that's what y'all doing."
they did the same thing.
Yeah,
What
like
they do?
hours, like a couple hours later.
What they do it for?
I don't. I think it was random.
They just was like, we gonna do the same thing.
Yes.
I
I'm
love
like
it.
I'm like, look at how it works when you got everything in house and you could just create stuff on the fly.
Right.
How cool is that? That Netflix was like, let's do
Copy.
this
Let's
too.
copy those guys.
Let's do their video was shorter and if I'm not mistaken, they did a collab post with somebody who's actually in the film. Let me see. Oh, they did it was them and John Mulaney.
Hmm.
And it said, "Take a seat. Everybody's live tonight at 10 p.m. Eastern."
There you go. Smart.
John John Mulaney, Pete Davidson, Henry Winkler, Lunel, Raimundo Perez Placencia, Mannequin Pussy, Richard Kind, Samo.
All right, we got it.
So whatever event, no, that's the end. Whatever event they were having, they
It's like, all
they
right, we got it.
clearly they didn't
Smart.
do a video. They did images, so it probably was
I get
easier
that.
for them to just.
Yeah.
But anyway, I thought it was
Uh,
funny. I was like, really?
Yeah. So they put out all the chairs with the names on the back of the chair. And then Robert Downey Jr. is the last chair. He sits down. He looks at the camera. He goes, shh. And he gets up. He looks back at the chairs. He kind of chuckles and walks off. And so these are all the people who will play a major role in Avengers Doomsday. And so I'll just say I'll read off the characters who those people are playing
Hmm.
based on an image that someone on the internet put together. And thank you to whoever that was, because I'll be honest, I didn't know half the actors by name. I was like, who the hell is that? So you got Thor, new Captain America, Beast, new Scar no, not Scarlet Witch, what's her name? New Black Widow, Yelena Belova, you got The Thing, you got Shang-Chi, you got Doctor Doom, you got New Falcon, Cyclops from the OG X-Men movies, Bucky, Storm, not Storm, I'm doing a terrible job of this. New Invisible Woman, uh, Gambit, as played by, what's your man's name? Uh, uh, Help me out here. What's
Um,
like Mike's name?
like
Not
Mike,
like Mike. White Chiseled Bodies.
Channing Tatum.
Channing Tatum. Thank you.
The fact
Uh,
that that's how I know.
if you don't know what White Chiseled Bodies are, go look it up. It's way, way back in our movie reviews. If you're on YouTube listening right now, watching, there's a playlist that's called movie reviews. Go all the way down to the bottom. You'll see chiseled white bodies.
And you know, we should take this show on the road. We need to be charades partners.
You know what I'm saying? All right, yeah. Channing Tatum as Gambit. God Loki or Loki Returns.
Hmm.
Shuri, OG Professor Xavier, Patrick Stewart, I believe is his name, the actor's name. Sentry slash Bob, Johnny Storm, aka the Human Torch, the new one, Nightcrawler from X-Men #2, OG movies. Um, of course, Ant-Man, Namor, OG Magneto. What's this lady's name? Oh man, from Thunderbolts. I don't even remember her name. Shame on me for that. Um, Not Taskmaster, Ghost. I think her name is Ghost.
Okay.
If I'm wrong, forgive me. New Reed Richards, Umbaku, OG Mystique, and Red Guardian. Those are the characters.
That's quite a
So,
list.
I'm sorry.
I said that's quite a list.
It's quite a list. You got X-Men, you got Avengers, and you got Fantastic Four. 3 teams, and then you got Loki and Doctor Doom. And so it looks like the new Avengers team is clear here. It looks like you got Thor, New Cap, Yelena Belova, Shang-Chi, New Falcon, Bucky, Shuri, I guess Sentry, which I honestly don't think he's gonna be on the Avengers, but whatever. Another conversation for another time. Sentry, Namor, and Ghost. So looks like that's the new team. Anyway, and then you got a weird X-Men team as well. But whatever, man. Listen, you got 3 teams here, and then you got Loki and Doctor Doom. And so anyway, the whole point of this is a big announcement, but what's even crazier is the internet was very upset. The internet was pissed off. They said there's no Chris Evans Captain America, there's no Doctor Strange, there's no Scarlet Witch, and no Spider-Man. This is ridiculous. How could Marvel do this to us? We had the same idea. I just happen to have a bag next to me. Throw the bag.
Should have thrown your glasses.
No, then I'd have to stay blind the rest of the time. Steal from Jordan the Stallion.
Yeah, just borrow.
Yeah.
Borrow.
Anyway, the internet is upset. Now, here's what I was saying. The internet is emotional, and the internet does not pay attention.
I was not expecting.
It's just emotional. Like, they be upset.
Is emotional. That's a good
Damn. They be just upset. This is ready
anything.
to outrage about all the wrong stuff. Like, nobody want to start an insurrection, but everybody want to go crazy over Spider-Man not being in the movie. Like, I'm just kidding. Just saying. Like, nobody want to purge, but they want to flip out because Scarlet Witch is not in the movie. Like,
I mean,
I have thoughts. What are your thoughts? Because I've been talking a lot.
I mean, I don't have a lot of thoughts on this.
What do you think about the roster? What do you think about the internet being mad about those people not being in the movie? Not being quote unquote.
So as I said to you off pod, I'm just happy to be here. You know, I'm happy that the community let me in because
Okay.
you know, I always say I'm not the most well versed at Marvel or DC, at superheroes and villains, period. I'm just not. I'm just happy that, you know, someone, you know, extended a hand and said, "Come on over, baby. If you want to come on over, come on over." So I always feel like I'm not that I'm visiting, but like I'm like the cousin that came into the situation, and I'm kind of just letting everybody else take their lead, and I'm following along. I'm not upset about any of this. Um, I'm excited.
I was just about to ask you.
I think that it's been a while since, which was the last one, Endgame.
Yep, that's the last Avengers movie. That's
It's
what you're
been a
about to say, right?
while since there's been an Avengers movie. I'm excited to see a new Avengers movie. And I'll take it however they give it to me, cause let's all be honest, y'all complaining, but y'all going.
Of course. Of
So
course.
that's why I'm like, I don't understand what the stress is over this. I get that again, the cousins, the diehards are, looking for specific things and probably know a lot more of the lore than I do. So I get it, but I'm also kind of like, I mean, we're all along for the ride. You're
Yeah.
still going to be along for the ride, and that's okay. Maybe it's good that they do things that are a bit more unexpected, and I know that their goal has been to shake things up and to revamp things. So I'm hopeful that that translates into a good film. I'm not really getting too caught up in the weeds of who was there and who wasn't there because, again, it's been my understanding that things are about to change.
Yes.
If that's the case, then here we are. And I know, cousins, that y'all gonna come in the comments and talk about how I know nothing. And I just want to go ahead and do it for you. I don't. I
Wait,
don't. Like I said, I am simply just happy to be here. And I'm watching along with the rest of you. And whatever feelings you have and whatever thoughts about it you have, you are entitled to them. I'm just happy to be here.
okay.
And I want to see Robert Downey Jr. as Doctor Doom.
Oh, I don't. But at this point, the ship has sailed.
I'm saying that because I guess you start I started very late, but you start the MCU with Robert Downey Jr.
Mhm.
So
Yeah, so they're gonna quote unquote end it with him too. I get it.
yeah, I just think that's you know, I'm a sucker for, a good theme and tradition and like bringing things full circle. So not quite ending the way you started, but I just think this is interesting that there's this shift from Iron Man to Doctor Doom. So that's it. But again, I'm just happy to be here. Thank you for allowing me to share the space. That's it.
Yeah. I think it's very cool. First, let me start with the cast that they are bringing back some of these OG X-Men characters.
Hmm.
I think it's also very cool that you're going to see X-Men and Avengers in the same movie. People thought that that wouldn't be seen for years and years to come.
Hmm.
So that's interesting. As far as the outrage, I don't understand it. The other person they were upset about was Star-Lord. That Star-Lord is not in this movie. Which is interesting because I didn't see them saying anything about the rest of the Guardians of the Galaxy. They only mentioned Star-Lord. But whatever. What I
I'm
find
I'm
interesting
fine with the
is
Guardians not being there. I gotta be honest, but that's just
what I don't what I find interesting is y'all are upset and you're not thinking. We already know a lot about these next two movies.
right.
Now, did they give us the script? No, we don't have the script. But they've said a lot of things. What have they said? That Marvel is working on a restart via the story Secret Wars.
Mm.
Okay. Well, there's two versions of that. And so they went even further and told us they're doing the latest version, not the 80s version.
Hmm.
Even if you never read a comic book before, even if you never heard of Secret Wars before, all you got to do is go right on this bad boy right here, or girl, I'm not going to assume your gender, and just look up Secret Wars new version, and you'll know what they're doing. We've known that for a while now because that was in the Loki trailer. I mean, excuse me, the Deadpool trailer.
Hmm.
In the Deadpool and Wolverine trailer, he falls, and in the background, there's a little comic book in the background. That comic book is the new Secret Wars. So they already told us they're doing new Secret Wars. So you already know what they're doing and which version. Okay, but wait, there's more. They also told us that Tom Holland signed a new contract to be Spider-Man for 3 new movies and 2 Avengers movies. Well, geez. I wonder what two Avengers movies those are. Are there two Avengers movies about to come out? No. Are you serious? Two Avengers movies about to come out? No way. So what are y'all flipping out about? Tom Holland will be in this movie. And they also did not say there will be no one else in this movie except the people we announced. Y'all know, if you've been watching Marvel since the beginning, that Marvel likes to keep a little something something tucked in the back pocket to surprise people. Mm-hmm. Nope, they didn't tell us Bucky was going to pop up in Captain America just now. Did they? No. So what makes you think that's not the only surprise? Did they tell you that Elizabeth Taylor, I believe that's her name, was going to show up on screen as Betty Ross?
You mean Banks?
That's her name, Banks? All right, whatever. Elizabeth Banks. I'm not. Listen, I'm trying. I'm terrible with people's names. And then the Jack Nicholas post that people seem to love already proved that.
Listen, it's like when I said on Hardly that Liam Neeson was in a movie that he was absolutely not.
He did.
I was referring to Ralph Fiennes. I would later find out.
So, my point is, Marvel keeps things up their sleeve. And also, if you're a fan of Marvel, you know they go off script during filming. They change their script in real time. So, why don't y'all relax? There's nothing to be outraged about. And hey, let me tell you something. Mm-hmm. If the movie's good and Star-Lord, Doctor Strange, Scarlet Witch, Chris Evans, and Spidey are not in it, you still gonna love it if it's good. So chill out, baby. Mm-hmm. Come on. What you about to say?
I was gonna say the only thing that ever makes me think about the Guardians, and I'm like, ah, man, there should be more of that, is the music.
Yeah, I'm gonna let you have that one and stay quiet.
Otherwise, they're a bit of a chaotic bunch for me, but that's
that's the point. That's the point of Guardians.
Oh, I am aware. But anyway.
So that's my thought on the outrage.
Okay.
I feel like it's unnecessary. Let's move on.